What's up, RooTube? It's your boy, and we're coming again. What's up, guys? So this is a little fun video I did. First say hello, welcome to the video. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to get some Chipotle hacks coming from an ex-Chipotle worker, as well as a way to elevate your leftovers the next day, because you will have leftovers if you do what I tell you to do in this video. So if you like Chipotle and you want to learn a little few things from the insider, you know, Chipotle's gonna kind of lock me up. Ha, 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 dodging all those lawsuits. The secrets are coming out, baby. Let's go. What's up, RooTube? It's your boy, Evan, and I'm coming back in mobile version, okay? I'm not at my desk today. I'm in the car, bouncing. And so, I love Chipotle. I used to work at Chipotle for a year of my life. And, you know, I wanted to, give you guys a little secret on how to maximize your Chipotle meal and a little, leftovers hack, how to make it even better. So come on the adventure and continue to watch if you want to see how to maximize your Chipotle bowl from an ex-Chipotle maker. See you there. I just kind of wanted to touch about what I personally get, and this is your first hack. So recently, Chipotle made an announcement that tortillas are now going to be an extra charge. I think they're like 20 cents more. You could ask for a tortilla on the side and it was free. You could actually sometimes get two. They would kind of give you a look if you're like, what's really, but if you're only getting one bowl, obviously. But if you're like with a friend who just wants a bowl, you could ask them, be like, can I have two tortillas? And they'll assume it's for the two bowls, but it's really for your fat ass. Fun fact, those tortillas are like 600 calories. I don't know why they're so expensive, there's so much calories, but those have a lot of calories in them. But just to clarify, I still think it is definitely worth it. And my continuation, I will be getting a tortilla. 20 cents is 20 cents.
You're prostituting yourself out for cheeseburgers again, aren't you?
Man's gotta eat, Julian.
But so yeah, always ask for extra scoops of rice. Even if you don't really want rice, obviously if you're keto, just get the salad, but they don't charge you for extra rice. They don't really even care. So what I tend to do is I do 2 scoops of white, 1 scoop of brown. And same thing if you like beans, I usually just get 1 scoop of pinto, but if you like beans, you can do the same thing for that. They'll double your food right there. Obviously it has got a lot of rice and filler, and if you're not a fan of rice, it's not as beneficial, but a lot of people don't know that they can ask for more rice. Then I usually get fajitas just because I like fajitas. Is it a hack? I don't know. Tips. I'm just gonna call it tips. My second tip, because the rice was the first one, is always, unless you just want one meat, always ask for half and half meat, because more times than not, you'll get actually more protein. Because people, they don't take out a little measuring scoop and do it. So sometimes you can get screwed over, but like 9 out of 10 times, you will get, like I said, more meat usually, because they can't really measure it out because they just use those spoons. And so sometimes you even get double meat, which is great. So that is the first tip. I think you should always do it. My follow-up tip 2.5 is only get half and half meat for the same priced meat. Now that might be a little confusing, but what I'm saying is if you get chicken, don't get chicken and steak, because you're gonna get charged for steak. You always get charged for the more expensive protein, kind of killing the little tip. So that is my 2.5 tip, but always get half and half meat. So my tip 3 is a little bit of a controversial tip. Some people say yay, some people say nay. Overall, if you are getting guacamole, I would ask for it on the side, because you tend to get more guacamole when they put it into that measured cup versus just someone kind of scooping it on. Sometimes you can get a big scoop, but more times than not, they kind of skimp. Now, a way to see if you should do the cup or on the bowl is if you are in line, there's a line in front of you, you can see them on salsa doing the guac, and it's like, oh, yo, salsa today is fucking loading on the guac. Then you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get on the bowl. But if they're kind of skimping, then just 100% get it on the side. You're gonna get more because they fill it up to a measurement, so they have like a visual versus they just kind of take a scoop and pop it on. So at this point, your bowl, if you did the double rice or the 2 scoops of white, 1 scoop of brown, or 2 scoops of brown, or 3 and 3, whatever you choose, and extra beans, your bowl will kind of be big, and they might start skimping you on the salsa section, especially the cheese and the lettuce. A way around that is just telling them, hey, you can smash it down, it's totally fine. I don't care if it gets smashed, if you're someone who doesn't care personally. Or for the cheese and the lettuce, if you do want those things, you can just ask for it on cups on the side. Now, of course, you don't want to be that annoying person that's asking for like 50 cups. That is something you will notice, that they will skimp you sometimes on the cheese and the lettuce because your bowl is so big and they don't want to deal with cleaning up their station because it topples over. You've made it your bowl. You made it their way. You added extra rice. You got your half and half meat, so you got more protein, and you're feeling awesome. You're already like, damn, my Chipotle bowl just got better. You got that tortilla. I'm gonna show you also later in the video how to wrap the tortilla Chipotle style. It's super easy, so don't be intimidated. Like, I never order burritos. You get double the amount of food. And you'll see when I wrap the burrito later in this video, you'll see how big the burrito looks. It looks like a normal burrito and how much food I have left over in the bowl. If you wanna maximize your Chipotle, always get a bowl and get a burrito tortilla on the side. Biggest takeaway from this video, because you might know all these things, and you might know this next thing, but you might not, is always, and I repeat, always get the vinaigrettes. The vinaigrettes are something that they come with the salad. So you might not even know that Chipotle has a vinaigrette. A lot of people don't, but it is by far the best thing on their menu, in my opinion. Because if you're someone who's like, I don't really like Chipotle, well, then one, why did you click on this video? But two, if you are one of those people and you click on this video, then you're like, oh man, it always tastes the same or whatever. You wanna spice up your Chipotle, you get the vinaigrette. They give it to you for free, 2 or 3, and then if you ask for 4, they might get a little stingy on. They might be like, really? You can almost always get away with 2. If you have a friend who doesn't want it, you can just ask for it for them. And get like 4 or whatever. You probably won't use them all, but you'll just have it. And I literally, when my Chipotle has a bad vinaigrette or is out with vinaigrette, I don't even want to eat there. Literally, I'll get to the end of the line, I'll be like, hey, can I have some vinaigrette? So like, oh, we're out. I'm like, I don't even want to eat this. One time, I literally did not eat it, and I went to the Chipotle the next day and asked for vinaigrettes, and then and ate it then. We finished our bowl, we got our vinaigrettes, we got all of our stuff, so let's get back home, and let me show you how to wrap it. Okay. So I take the scoop and I scoop on the stuff into the burrito. Then I add my guac. If you got queso, all those other stuff, you can add there. I also sometimes get chips and I crinkle them up just to add some texture and a little bit of a chunk, like a bite to it and a crisp, and I put that on top. And then I also, when I get Chipotle, I kind of like being a little gluttonous, so I also get an extra cup of cheese on the side. So I put the cheese down, then I put the chips down, and then at this point, I'll put my food in, and then I'll drizzle some Tabasco on the side and the guac, and if I got any queso. This time I got chips and queso because I just wanted to try their queso. It wasn't the best, but whatever. But so now once you have all your kind of fixins in, first of all, look at the bowl, and look how much more food you have, and look how much food is in this burrito. So right there, you can just see the value that you're getting for getting a tortilla on the side and rolling it yourself. But before I close it up and everything, I'm gonna drizzle on one of my cups of vinaigrette. Shake it up just to get all the flavors like melded together, and then I just drizzle it on top. Then from there, you pick up the burrito, you fold it up, you hold it kind of like it's like a big pierogi or an empanada. And then you take it, and then you kind of make sure nothing's falling off the side. At this point, I kind of roll it over, and then so they call this the bear claw in Chipotle. So when I'm holding that, I take my other hand and I tuck in the corners. I fold them inward, and then I use my thumbs and my pointer fingers and kind of roll the burrito. Now I roll it over to get a full roll. At this point, grab it and pull the burrito back. That just kind of tucks it in more, so it tightens your burrito package. And then you just make sure there's no sauces or whatnot. And then at that point, you just do the final roll, always kind of keeping it tight, and you got yourself a burrito. It looks just like the ones they make in Chipotle. You made it yourself. It's super easy. Congratulations. You did it, kid. I'm so proud of you. And better yet, look how much food you have left in that bowl. So enjoy, eat that food, and it's gonna be great the next day. So now it's the next day. You had your burrito. It was amazing. You're like, wow, Evan, thank you for telling me about the vinaigrette. That changed my Chipotle mind. No worries, man, I got you. But we're not done yet. So this is my own creation. All the things beforehand, you're like, okay, I've heard of that, I've done that, been there, done that. Where's the new stuff, Evan? Well, I got you covered, because today, with your leftovers, you're gonna do the Mexican fried rice. Now, I've never heard of everyone making a Mexican fried rice, but one day I had some leftovers, and I had this vinaigrette left over, and I was like, oh, it's cold, but I don't wanna put it in the microwave. And I was like, well, what if I put it in a pan? And then I put the vinaigrette on top, just like what I would do normally with a burrito, but because it's an oil-based vinaigrette, it started pan frying the rice, like how you do with, you guessed it, Chinese fried rice. Holy crap, light bulb. And now from now on, every time I eat Chipotle, I eat those leftovers the way I'm about to show you. And it's very simple. All you need to do is have 1 or 2 vinaigrettes left over, 1 for a burrito and like 1.5 to 1 to 3/4 for the Mexican fried rice. Before you put the leftovers into the pan, if there's any lettuce left over in your bowl, I would take that out and put it on the side to top later, because you're gonna be cooking this and you don't want cooked romaine lettuce. It just gets soggy, it doesn't taste good. You take your leftovers, you take out a pan. I like to pour a little vinaigrette on the bottom just to have a base. And then you take your leftovers, you throw it in the pan. Make sure it's kind of flat so it's an even pan surface. Push it down a little bit to really get the pan fried aspect of it. And then I'll drizzle the rest of the cup of the vinaigrette on top. And then usually I'll put in, you know, if I had some extra Tabasco from the night before, you smash it down and then you add a little more from the second cup that you have. Now you let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes-ish on like medium-high heat. Basically, you'll see it bubbling on the sides, you'll see the smoke smelling, you know, and at that point you wanna like kind of stick your spatula in and lift it up and flip it. Now look at that rice. If the rice is crispy and orange, then you know it's getting that pan-fried Mexican fried rice style of food. But you're not getting any crispy parts, then I would just not flip anything else. If it's really black and burnt and has that char on it, then I would flip everything immediately and then like just only cook it for a little longer and then take it off. And then I flip everything and then let that cook for about half the time that I cooked the first one. So if I cook the rice for 10 minutes, I'll flip it and let it cook for another 5. Now at the end, you'll get this. It's nice and golden orange. It has some crispy sides, you know, from the Cheezos inside left over. You know, you can really see all the stuff. The meat has a little bit of a char on it. It smells amazing. And it is just so good. It's salty, it has some sweetness to it. It just really takes Chipotle to the next level. So I am here right now putting my stamp on it. I'm the first one to do Mexican fried rice to my knowledge. My take on Chinese fried rice with a Mexican twist on it that helps elevate your Chipotle leftovers into, I mean, a full-on another meal. It's super tasty. I guarantee once you try this, you will never be able to eat Chipotle ever again without doing this, or at least using the vinaigrettes. And that's the one key thing I want to kind of pull out of this video. The vinaigrettes are a must. Obviously, if you don't like it when you first try it, that is what it is. I recommend trying it at least 2 or 3 times before you say, you know what, I don't like it, because your Chipotle could be making it wrong. And I'm not saying douse it on your thing, but just get it, ask it on the side, it's free, and just taste it, or like, you know, have a chip and dip it in there. And if you like the flavor of it, then this is gonna elevate your Chipotle to a whole new level. But thanks for watching. I hope you try this out. I would love if you do try this out, comment below and tell me how you thought of it. DM me some pictures on Instagram or Twitter, and enjoy. Bon appetit.